Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. Today is Tuesday, March 27th, 2018. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Andrew Todd. In tonight's news, the TBI has released its annual Crime on Campus report. We'll continue our conversation with Representative Judd Matheny about this year's legislative season. And we'll hear more about Tullahoma's archery program. We'll have all these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Kay and Greg Gillum have added another touch of excellence to their furniture business. Now a newly stocked 20,000 square foot Badcock Home Furniture and More location in Tullahoma, Tennessee. Locally owned and operated and offering the same friendly professional service with the best prices on name brand products like their sister store in Winchester, Tennessee has for years. Visit the new Tullahoma location and shop name brand bedroom suites, electronic department with computers, tablets, 4K televisions, and accessories. A large, complete appliance center to fit the style of any household. Beautiful selection of rugs that complement any person's taste. A variety of living room combinations, all in one large showroom. That's right, Badcock Home Furniture and More has added a new location. 373 West Lincoln Street, Tullahoma, Tennessee. Offering special prices year-round. Financing is always available. Speedy delivery to your home or office. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, noon to 5 p.m. Call 931-222-4353.
Can you imagine a world without beauty, without color, without creativity, without art? Neither can we. Keep arts alive and experience all kinds of arts and crafts at the first annual Arts Alive Tullahoma on the lawn of the newly renovated grounds of the South Jackson Civic Center, May 26th and 27th. For details, visit TullahomaArtsCouncil.com and come spend the day at our fun, family-oriented art festival.
Welcome back. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation has released to the public its annual crime study detailing the volume and nature of crime on the state's college and university campuses. Crime on Campus 2017 compiles data submitted to the TBI by the state's colleges, universities, and law enforcement agencies through the Tennessee Incident-Based Reporting System. As always, the TBI strongly discourages the comparison of one institution's statistics to another. The factors impacting crime vary from community to community, and rudimentary comparisons will most likely result in inaccurate, generalized, and unfair conclusions of the perceived safety of one campus over another. In the TBI's assessment, to compare an institution's data over the course of several years is the best way to make those comparisons.
The report's findings revealed that overall, crime reported by Tennessee's colleges and universities decreased by 2.8% from 2016 to 2017. In total, 26.8% of all 2017 offenses were categorized as larceny theft. Robbery offenses decreased significantly by 55.2% from 29 in 2016 to 13 in 2017. Assault offenses decreased by 13.7% year to year. The overall category of forcible sex offenses decreased by 26% in 2017. There was a 27% decrease in reported rape offenses from 63 in 2016 to 46 in 2017. Reported DUI offenses increased by 60.9% year to year.
Tracy Taylor, owner of Taylor's Archery and Outdoors, spoke with Jerry Harris about his Tullahoma store.
I'm here with Tracy Taylor, owner of Taylor's Archery Shop. And how many students do y'all have here, Tracy?
17.
17. Do you ever work with them, or you just supply the equipment?
A little of both. I do some private lessons and supply the equipment and the labor.
How long have you been doing this?
Since 92.
92. Damn, this is good. The targets you got in here and everything, but I know that y'all probably got goals of going to bigger things. And you have children too that shoot?
And not any. Well, my youngest daughter does some, but mine are grown.
Yours are grown, like mine.
Sorta.
So, well, does your wife shoot?
Yes, she does.
So both of now, do you bow hunt too?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so yours is a little bit more than just target practice.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, use this as a time to promote your shop here. Tell everybody what you do.
We're a full line pro shop. We've got Bowtech, Diamond, Matthews, Mission, and Hoyt products. Three of the best on the market in my opinion. We have indoor tournaments, we have 3D tournaments, we fix them, we sell them, we tune them, we teach how to shoot them, the whole 9 yards.
Whole 9 yards. And what's the address here?
100 East Lauderdale Street.
Phone number?
Tullahoma, Tennessee, 931-563-7706.
So here's the deal, folks. You call over here. If you got a young student, young child that you want to get into archery, Tracy will put you with Josh. Next thing you know, they'll be in here winning state championships, national championships.
There you go.
And getting maybe a college education.
Hunter Tungstill is one of Tracy's students and award-winning team members.
I am back, and I am with Hunter Tungstill and Tracy again, but now Tracy coaches Hunter. So Hunter, do you want to tell us what all you've won, or would you rather coach?
My coach can tell you.
Okay, this year she won Tennessee Shooter of the Year in her class. She also took 2nd in the state championship, and she took 8th in the nation in Cincinnati.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I don't want her hunting me either.
Well, she's only been shooting that type of archery since September of this past year.
Is that right?
That's right.
Well, one thing about it, she's got the right name, Hunter.
That's right.
Tungstill. Billy the Kid comes through here, she's the boss.
Yeah.
What made you get into archery?
Well, my dad and bow hunting, mostly.
Do you bow hunt too?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever got a deer?
I have not killed a deer with my bow, just with my gun.
Just where you, I told you she's a hunter. Look, how much further longer are you going to do? You going to keep doing archery?
I'm going to keep doing it. I plan on doing it in college too.
All right. And where do you go to school at now?
I go to Huntland.
Huntland. We just had a bunch of kids from Huntland in Shelbyville for the Equine Education Day. Had a whole bunch of them in there. A young man named Hayden Thompson. You know him?
Yes, sir.
I'll tell him that you're hunting him. We'll put him on. I want to thank you. Tracy, y'all doing a great job out here. That's all I can say. Hunter, keep it up. All right?
And we'll be right back with more Newsleader on 6.
Keith Barnett here at Russell Barnett Ford at Tullahoma and Winchester. Check out this 2018 Ford Focus, $299 a month. Or check out the 2018 Ford F-150 up to $9,000 off. Russell Barnett Ford at Tullahoma and Winchester. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Tonight we bring you part 3 of Tom Corrington's interview with State Representative Judd Matheny about this year's legislative session.
We're talking with Representative Judd Matheny. We've been catching on what's going on with the legislature recently. A couple of issues there we might touch on. Kind of a strange one to be coming up these days, the child marriage situation. Yeah. Where do you see that going?
Well, the legislature's been a lot more attuned to sex trafficking and things of those natures, because Tennessee, we're arguably, in the negative sense, the #1 state for sex trafficking in the country. And you say, why Tennessee? Well, if you look, just like we're the #1 state to manufacture and ship and transport from, we're an ideal hub for a lot of things. And it just so happens that you look at the number of interstates that come through Tennessee, and we're a relatively rural state. It's easy to hide an operation. So we just, as we look at child sex trafficking and abuse of minors, we're looking at that naturally at the protections of children in marriage. And the legislature doesn't want judges to be able to do anything that could be against probably the will of most of the public. So I think we hope to be able to put a 16, if not a 15-year limit on a marriage, so a judge has to at least look at that as a minimum threshold in the future.
Okay, that's going to be coming up the remainder of the session?
Yes, sir. Yes.
What about recovery schools? I'm seeing just they begin to talk about that, and apparently mostly related to the opioid crisis, which is indeed a crisis, not just in Tennessee, but all over the country. Any discussion of that subject going on?
Well, absolutely on both of them, and especially the opioid. Of course, the recovery schools have become, we're funding them more and more. They're propping up in every county and in almost every community. They're a diversion for a lot of criminal sentences, which we're very proud to be able to enable that. And but the opioid crisis, absolutely, it is probably the number one thing that we talk about behind the scenes. The governor, and I know his people are very dedicated, and the Commissioner of Health is very dedicated, especially the Commissioner of Health. He's tenacious on this, to trying to restrict yet provide access to what is needed as much as possible. And we've looking at everything from controlling the number of pills even more. Of course, the doctors, and we're very respectful of their scope of practice, and pharmacists and nurses, but at the same time we have to make sure that those that are abusing the system, but we don't want to hit the ant with a sledgehammer. We're trying not to punish the entire community for the few that are doing wrong, but it is such a problem that it's going to take the full attention of government, I think, to get in and help enable society to fix it, because it is eclipsing traffic deaths. If you think we have a lot of accidents and traffic deaths, you can imagine for every wreck you see out there's an overdose. May not be fatal, but there's an overdose. But there's 1,500 fatal overdoses in Tennessee a year, from a whole host of reasons. They're not just from, and this is another thing we have to reason, it's not just your doctors. A lot of times it's black market and it's theft that led to the ability to overdose. It's not just because a doctor gave you a direct prescription. So there's a lot of factors out there, but the bottom line is there has to be much less of it in the society, and we have to recondition our people on how to deal with pain and recovery.
Talk a minute about the federal level. Couple, as you mentioned, there's an awful lot of turnover, and I think one of the more interesting ones is Senator Corker leaving. And how do you see that playing out?
Well, that's going to create once again, it gets back to all the political activity we had. Marsha Blackburn is a true powerhouse in the Republican Party, and Bredesen is a true powerhouse in the Republican or the Democrat Party. Bredesen has respect and business connections and a track record that reaches, though, well into the moderate spectrum, and even I would argue into the conservative in some areas of business, especially. So Marsha, and it will be a true battle. No, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. But I'm a Marsha fan.
Yeah,
for sure.
And Bredesen was a very, very popular governor.
I enjoyed working with him, and I have nothing against Governor Bredesen. He did a fantastic job for Tennessee. But so is Marsha, and it's everybody's trying to move up or move on.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag. with Carroll Street Liquors.
Attention Shoeistas, Bryn's Shoe Boutique in Tullahoma is closing forever. Every item in the store is reduced for immediate sale. Brenda is offering huge discounts on her entire inventory of fashion women's shoes, designer handbags, and jewelry, featuring famous brands like Yellow Box, Nine West, Bandolero, Impo, Coach, Michael Kors, Joseph Ribkoff, and others. The sale is underway now through March 3rd. Hurry in for huge savings at Bryn's Shoe Boutique, 115 Northwest Atlantic Street, Tullahoma. Open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday.
Welcome back. The Celtic Cup's annual Piping on the Green event is coming up.
I have on the set with me Crawford Parrish. Crawford, nice to have you.
Nice to.
And Denise Smith, you may have met her before, from Celtic Cup, which keeps that place going. When is the event?
The event is April 7th at the Celtic Cup on the Green. And we've got a lot of great vendors and music and workshops for everybody to come out and enjoy the day.
And it opens at 8? Did I say
The
that?
opening ceremonies are at 9, but the vendors all open at 8.
Will be set up by 8 o'clock. And it's really interesting just to walk through the vendors.
Yes.
I mean, it's amazing how many different things that they produce.
We have artists, woodworkers, jewelry makers, a lot of different types of arts and crafts, but everybody has to have something that's Celtic, so that it is a Celtic Music and Arts Festival.
And so you stick to the theme, and
Yes,
that is wonderful. How many pipers do you have?
This year we have at least 5. We're not sure if we're going to pick up a few extra coming out of Chattanooga. Justin Edwards is coming back up from there. He's part of that band.
That's wonderful. That always makes me feel like I'm in the right place. I love your outfit.
Thank you.
Crawford. Yeah, you really ought to stand up and let people see. Do you mind? I mean, you have the authentic everything. That
Pretty
is
much.
Awesome. And your clan.
This is a Lindsay tartan.
Okay.
Crawford is a part of the Lindsay clan. So.
And this is Smith tartan.
And the Smith tartan, it reminds me a little bit of the Tennessee tartan.
It's also very similar to the McLaurin tartan.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And I know you wear it with a great deal of pride. Do you want to mention some of the activities that's going on?
Well, other than I'll come back to the music, but we have some great workshops as well. At 10 a.m. we have Andy Crespi out of Huntsville. He's an internationally known Bowrin instructor. The Bowrin is a Celtic drum, and he teaches a workshop. It's free to go upstairs and enjoy that.
So that's in the building.
That's upstairs at the Celtic
And
Hub.
by the way, if it rains, it's still going on.
Yes, it is.
Bring an umbrella.
And he's going to be teaching people about the Bowrin, where the history of it, a little bit about the different types of Bowrins that are used. So we want everybody to come out and meet Andy.
Do you play the Bowrin?
I do now because of Andy.
Yeah, I thought I saw you playing one night.
Yes, I got to do it for a whole year with him so far. And as well as Gregory Sugg from Triquetra.
Yeah.
They're going to be performing again. Triquetra is Irish step dancers and comedy troupe.
They're wonderful, by the way.
At 9 a.m. we're going to be doing our opening ceremonies with the a cappella singers.
Those are my little students.
Yes. And then the Secret Commonwealth will come on. They love
fun.
to wake us up and get our day started.
Lots of energy.
Then Pay the Reckoning out of Chattanooga is coming up, a two-man band, and wonderful Celtic flute on that. After Pay the Reckoning, Triquetra comes to stage. They have an amazing performance. They're going to be doing a gypsy troupe type of performance. And then Black Market Haggis. And
I'm not sure. Tell me what.
Black Market Haggis. The joke with the name is that it's actually illegal to have haggis, which is a Scottish national dish. In the United States, made the traditional way because it uses certain parts of the animal that are not FDA approved. Okay. So thus the name Black Market Haggis. And
that's cute.
But they're an awesome Celtic band and wonderful, highly skilled performers. And then out of Florida, our headliner this year is Matt Giliosa.
Wonderful.
And we're really looking forward to them. They're going to be new for Piping on the Green this year.
And what time are they?
They start at 4.
At 4.
So.
And how late does this go?
About 6 p.m.
6 p.m. is usually when we have the closing ceremony. And between each band, there's a piper or dancer up on stage.
Something happening all day long, and of course the vendors are all there, and there's great food to be had inside the Celtic Cup. So.
And outside.
And outside. We have an outside tent
outside
with food and beverage.
That's a good idea because there's so many people.
And what we do is we have our Celtic menu outside, but we also allow, if you're going to get some of our regular house foods inside, you can pick up the Celtic items inside as well, just to make it a little more convenient for folks. But we're going to have all kinds of things from the fish and chips and turkey legs to haggis this year. We're going to be serving haggis, tatties, and meats. No, not this one. We actually make it right there at the Celtic Cup.
Make it right
there, and it's delicious.
I failed to say that Denise is the president of the Scottish Society, the Highland Rim Scottish Society, and Crawford is the vice president.
We'd love to have you join the Highland Rim Scottish Society. Come out for the event, Piping on the Green, April 7th. It's an all-day event. The parking's over at the Church of Christ, and we shuttle you over. Handicap parking's right there at the Celtic Cup.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up in a moment.
Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental has proudly served your auto rental for over 30 years. Check out this huge selection to choose from. Small car, mid-size car, full-size car, crossover vehicle, SUV, minivan, pickup trucks, 12 and 15 passenger vans. Whether big or small, Russell Barnett Hometown Auto Rental has them all. Stop by our 2 locations to serve you, Tullahoma and in Winchester. And remember, my question is, why rent anywhere else?
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do,
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. Tullahoma High School recently hosted the 6th annual Tullahoma City Schools Art Night. Let's watch this performance by the THS Jazz Quintet.
And don't forget to tune into this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Margaret and Nolene from the Friends of South Cumberland, who will come by to invite everyone out to their annual Trails and Trilliums Festival. Another Day of Hope is coming up in Tullahoma, and we'll have information on how you can can help or be helped, and we'll hear about how the Learning Place is having a 5K fun run to help local children. All that and more on this week's Living.
Stay with us. We'll have your weather forecast right after these messages.
Doctor? Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
It's your trademark. That's something special everyone knows and remembers. It's your thing. It's made holidays special for decades and summers unforgettable for the entire neighborhood. It's made everyone laugh every single time. Don't let illness or injury keep you from doing your thing. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Cool off at Southern Middle Tennessee's newest water park, Tullahoma's Splash Island. Fun for all ages. 3 25-foot water slides, lazy river, fun water features for toddlers, tasty food items available. All this and more, only $5 from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 4 to 9 p.m. Sundays, 1 to 6. Join the fun at Tullahoma's Splash Island.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1945 at 80 degrees. The record low was in 1955 at 13 degrees. The average high on this day is 64, and the average low is 41. Mostly cloudy weather in the forecast for tonight with a low of around 60. Rain in the forecast again for Wednesday with a high of 68 and a low of 56. That rain continuing into Thursday with a high of 65 and a low of 45. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
Have a great evening.